around the globe on the world news. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
And in the headlines, Finance Minister tells Nigerians to endure hardship with the assurance that better days ahead. Inspector General of Police condemns police extortions, other punishment for corporates. 18 parties signed a peace accord ahead of Ondo governorship election. Moving on to the forums, in Russia returned 563 bodies of war soldiers to Ukraine. Moving on to the world of business, global flood prices reach 18-month high. And moving to the world of entertainment, Paul Okoye calls out his twin brother Okoye over alleged song theft. And in the world of sport, Amsterdam mayor condemns 8 attack on Israeli football supporters. And good evening and thank you for joining us for the news across the world on Diamond 887 FM Ilorin. I am Precious Afolabi D. You can listen to us via website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download the app in Google Play Store on Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after the short break. We'll be right back.
They never sabi anything. Now we get this town and city and we go burn and down as long as say you they give us better money. Nothing consign us. Just give us the change and we go scatter ground.
Young man, wait, stop and think. Why cut your life short, following evil orders from unpatriotic elements? Ask yourself, would they put their own children in these dangerous situations? Is it worth the shame, pain, and disgrace to your family, friends, and loved ones? Think about it and say no to being used to disrupt the peace.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Welcome back. Now to the news and details. Amidst the hardship caused by the federal government's economy policy, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, has urged Nigerians to continue to endure with the assurance that relief is nearer for the people. And after closed-door meetings with the Senate Committee on Finance, Edu stated that the initial challenges arising from the reforms are coming to an end, and positive indicators for better days are already beginning to emerge. Edu said the two critical reforms on market-based price of premium motor spirit (PMS) and the foreign exchange are now at the stage of resort delivery, and by extension, viability of the nation's economy through restorations of the physical viability. And he commends Nigerians for staying to the course to stage of getting benefit. In his opening remark at the session, Senator representing Niger East, Sani Musa, said the motive of the meeting is to find out the workability of economic reforms of the present administration. The federal government has urged local government council LGCs across Nigeria to serve a catalyst for opportunity and the progress within their communities. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, made his call during a concert visit by the Associations of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGAN, at its office in Abuja. Bagudu noted the local government have been the potentials to support development by leveraging the recent Supreme Court judgment that grant financial autonomy to the LGCs. And the minister urged councils to harness this autonomy to focus on the unique areas of comparative advantage, which will improve governance and stimulate local economy activity. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has condemned this part of extortion allegations against some officers of the force in various areas across the country. He specifically referenced a recent case involving officers from the Zone 16 Zonal Headquarters in Yanagwa, the capital of Bayelsa State. In this case, officer identified as ASP Emmanuel Ebong, Inspector Nselkon, Inspector Idiewere Collins, and the Inspector Kurumere Marin were accused of extorting the sum of 10 million naira from some youth. In a statement today by the force spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi, the money had been recovered through the efforts of the new Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 16. The officers have been detained and subjected to an orderly room trial. Moving into Ondo State, 18 political parties have signed a peace accord in Ondo State pledging to promote a peaceful gubernatorial elections and accept the results of the upcoming polls provided they are deemed free fair. The significant development aims to ensure a violent, free electoral process. The chairman of the National Peace Committee, General Abdul Salim Abubakar, urged candidates and parties to uphold democratic tenets and reject vote trading. In a goodwill message, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, noted that no security indicates that have been reported so far, and he expressed optimism about continued peace in the state before, during, and after election. The Inspector General of Nigerian Police Force, Kayode Egbetokun, represented by AIG Sylvester Abiodun, assures of readiness for the elections and disclosed the deployment of over 36,000 police officers to secure all 18 local government areas. The newly deployed Osun State Commandant of Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps and a CDC, Igbalawole Sotiyo, has expressed displeasure over the assault of an operative of NSCDC by officers of the Nigerian police in Oshogbo. The Osun NSCDC boss, according to a statement issued by the command spokesperson Adeleke Kaide, made us known during a concert visit to the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 11 Command Headquarters Oshogbo, AIG Patrick Agong Edong, and insisted that when conflicts arise, our authorities should be able to step in to resolve the issues for the sake of peace. He also maintained that public servants are guided by the public service rules, which do not condone physical brutality. In his response, AIG Edong, who appreciated the visit by the NCDC boss, acknowledged the importance of inter-agency collaboration, noting that no single security agencies can tackle security challenges in the country alone. AIG Edong also condemns the altercations between the agencies, describing it as a public disgrace. Residents of Aruga, a settlement along Airport Road, Abuja, took to the streets today to protest the demolitions of their homes by FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Leading the demonstrations, renewed lawyer and activist DG Adeoju, along with Vincent Martins, popularly known as a Very Dark Man, said the demolitions was carried out with malicious intent. Adeoju expressed concern, stating that the task force burned many houses and destroyed properties worth millions of naira. He urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to consider the plight of poor people who had been driven from their homes in Borno and other northern states due to insecurity in the region. It could be recalled that FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has previously ordered a task force operations sweep to demolish Aruga and other communities within the nation's capital to clear the city of perceived nuisance and criminal activities. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM Ilori. We're going to break now. When we return, we'll bring you foreign and sport news. Do stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilori. Now, moving on to the foreign scene. Ukraine has received the bodies of 563 soldiers from Russia's authorities, mainly troops that had died in combat in the eastern Donetsk region. The exchange of prisoners and bodies of killed military personnel remains one of the few areas of cooperation between Moscow, Kyiv, since Russia invaded in 2022. The announcement represents one of the largest repatriations of killed Ukrainian servicemen since the beginning of the war. And the statement said that 320 of the remains were returned from the Donetsk region, and that 89 of the soldiers had been killed near Bakhmut, a town captured by Russia in May last year after a costly battle. And the settlement added that another 154 of the bodies were returned from Mogus inside Russia. And still in the foreign scene, the United Nations Human Rights Office had condemned the high number of civilians killed in the war in Gaza, saying its analysis shows close to 70% of verified victims over a 6-month period were women and children. The agency said the high number was largely due to Israel's use of weapons with wide area of effect in a densely populated area, although some deaths may have been the result of errant projectiles by Palestinians armed group. And the report said it found unprecedented level of international law violation, rising concern about war crimes and other possible atrocities, as the Israel, as in the past, said it targets Hamas and takes steps to mitigate risk to civilians by using precise weapons. And now moving into the business news.
Diamond FM Business News.
And business news, the Food and Agriculture Organizations has said that global food prices rose last month to the highest level in 18 months, with a sharp increase in the cost of vegetable oil. The FAO Food Price Index, which track monthly changes in international prices of the basket of food commodities, reached 127.4 points last month, a 2% increase from September. It was the highest since April 2023, but still 2.5% lower than the peak reached in March 2022 following Russian invasions of the agricultural powerhouse Ukraine. Vegetable oil prices increased by 7.3% in October, reaching a 2-year high due to lower production. Sugar prices rose 2.6%, dairy was up 2.5%, and the cereal gained 0.8%. Meat was only commodity of 4, down 0.3% from the previous month. And now moving on into the entertaining news.
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
Popular singer and half of P Square Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy, is called out as twin brother and former bandmate Peter Okoye, aka Mr. P, and as producer over an alleged song theft. Mr. P recently released a song titled Winning, following the group's third breakup earlier this year. However, in a social media post, Rude Boy alleged that he wrote the song and sang with a certain producer, and when they had been hijacked it and gave it to his twin brother. He claims that his brother recorded a song word for word with the same producer he worked with. Rude Boy lamented that he submitted 6 songs to the so-called management and questions why they were singing the song and word for word. And in another post, Rude Boy threatens to release the original version of any song of him that was being sung, replicated. And now moving on to the sports news.
Diamond FM Sports News.
Amsterdam Mayor Femke Al-Sama has condemned hit and run attack on Israeli football fans visiting the city. The mayor said man on motorcycles roams the city attacking supporters. The violations happened as Israel football club Maccabi Tel Aviv was in Amsterdam for a Europa League match. 5 people were taken to hospital but were discharged this morning. More than 60 were arrested before the match. There were troubles between Maccabi fans and the pro-Palestinian protesters. Maccabi supporters attacked a taxi and set a Palestinian flag on fire. There are also reports of supporters chanting racist slogans about Arabs. And still on the world of sport, barely 24 hours to the start of the 2024 CAF Women's Champions League. Defeating champions Mamelodi Sundowns ladies have landed in Casablanca, Morocco. South African side landed in Casablanca, the venue of the competitions, with the mindset of defeating the trophy they won last year successfully. Sundowns are in the same group as the Nigeria and WAFU B champions Edo Queens, Masr FC of Egypt, and the CBE FC of Ethiopia. The competitions is scheduled to start tomorrow with 8 clubs across the continent. Sundowns remains the most successful club in the competition's history with 2 titles. With that, we have come to the end of the news across the world. But before we go, again are the major highlights in the stories. Finance Minister tells Nigerians to endure hardship with the assurance that better days ahead. Inspector General of Police condemns police extortions or their punishment for culprits. 18 parties signs a peace accord ahead of Ondo gubernatorial election. On the force in Russia returned 563 bodies of war soldiers to Ukraine. In the world of business, global food prices reach 18-month high. In the world of entertainment, Paul Okoye calls out his twin brother, Peter Okoye, over alleged song theft. Lastly, in the world of sports, Amsterdam mayor condemns Iran attack on Israeli football supporters. Do you know segment on this day in 1938, Nigerians, fourth head of state, late Murtala Muhammad, was born in Kano, Nigeria. Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom at 0916 062 7526. The news across the world was edited by Abiodun Akiumi. I am Precious Afolabi. Many thanks for listening to your shining supreme station.